Hi, you guys. Welcome to another episode of In the Glow. I'm Deb Kilgore, Director of Educational Programs.
And I'm Shaylee Heindel. I am the Product Education Specialist at Paula's Choice.
Feels like we haven't done an In the Glow together in a while.
So feels good. Be
back. Back where we should be, back home again.
We've got an exciting new product that we're talking about today. Yes. It launches tomorrow. So sneak peek for anybody watching today. It is our new Water-Infusing Electrolyte Moisturiser.
And this, there's lots of great things to talk about, but I think one of the biggest things that people are going to immediately fall in love with is the texture, because there's a real sensorial experience when it comes to this product.
Right. If I had to describe it, it almost has this like water burst effect on the skin. The second you put it on, it feels really creamy and then instantly just bursts into skin with that instant hydration. It's so good.
I love this. Yeah, it really is interesting. And I think, especially for somebody like me, I have oily combination skin, but it sometimes does get dehydrated, which is definitely different than dry skin.
Yeah.
Dehydration is about lacking that moisture or water within the skin versus, a lack of oil. And so a product like this that just immediately transforms in kind of this water-based feel is perfect.
Yeah. It's really cool because we have 3 different electrolytes in this formula. We have magnesium PCA, calcium PCA, and potassium PCA. The PCA part of these electrolytes help to deliver the electrolytes kind of where they need to go, so that they can work on regulating and reinforcing and kind of nurturing those water pathways so that those really skin beneficial ingredients that already exist in our skin can get to where they need to go. So places where your skin is dehydrated, maybe on the surface of your skin where it's not quite reaching there, so you feel dry, flaky, your skin feels tight. They're very smart. They're smart ingredients.
Smart electrolytes. And of course, we always say you can't rely on just a single ingredient or just a few ingredients. So of course, this product, like all Paula's Choice products, is loaded with a bunch of other skin beneficial ingredients. I think we have 3 different ceramides in there. There's potent antioxidants, which are great in regards to environmental stressors. Yeah. Things like apple, kiwi,
wild cherry.
Yes.
Yeah, and those ingredients really can strengthen your skin's own defenses. So while they might impart that instant effect, kind of mitigating the damage caused by environmental pollutants, it also leaves that lasting lesson for your skin to promote its own defenses, which I think is really cool.
Can you say the name of the product one more time
for
those who are just joining?
The Water-Infusing Electrolyte Moisturiser, which launches tomorrow on paulaschoice.com.
And this is a standalone moisturizer, so you'll notice that we're adding some additional standalone products. That means it's not a part of a particular kit like Resist or Defense. And what we found is that a lot of people, when they're shopping, they first are looking for cleansers, moisturizers, kind of the basic steps. And they don't always want like a whole routine or something tied to a routine. And so this is just a standalone moisturizer that can work with really any of our other products.
Yeah, and I found too, I get really dehydrated and I've turned this into my serum some nights.
Interesting.
So I'll put that on first and then I'll finish with a heavier moisturizer, maybe the Omega moisturizer. If I'm really, really parched, I'll go with Skin Recovery. So you can really kind of mix and match. Maybe this is your hydrating serum in the winter, and then in the spring, summer, when it's a little more warm outside, it could just be your standalone moisturizer as is. It's really fun to play around with.
Yeah, and I think experimentation is key because one of the questions people will probably ask is, does this replace my current moisturizer? It could, but it doesn't have to. And I actually think that this can be a nice product to, for instance, during warm summer months where it's more humid, you might want to move to a water-based kind of lighter moisturizer like this. It could be an additional product in the winter as well.
Absolutely.
Kind of in addition to your current moisturizer.
Do you recommend this for pre-makeup application? Like, what is the best time to apply this? Morning or night?
I think either way is great. It is on the back of the bottle marketed as a moisturizer for nighttime. However, if you put this on underneath your sunscreen, I found that it has a very soft blurring effect. It instantly plumps and hydrates. I wear the Super Light SPF 30 as my daytime moisturizer, but I put this on underneath and I am plump and dewy and ready all day. It's great.
That's good.
So you can definitely play around. Yeah.
I've only been using it at night, but I think I might need to experiment during the day as well. Especially, I'm definitely getting just much more dry around that under eye area.
Yeah.
So.
And it's nice too, you mix it with hyaluronic acid if you want, and it is amazing.
Yeah.
Super, super hydrating.
Agreed.
Hey, Deb, can you talk a little bit about what Paula's take on this moisturizer is? I know that there's, you have the inside information on what Paula thinks of this moisturizer.
Ooh.
Paula loves it. I mean, Paula loves it because it is such a unique texture. It does offer that sensorial experience. It has that water break technology that literally transforms from a cream into kind of this water. And then it, you know, I mean, it boasts all these other wonderful ingredients as well. So I think, including her, somebody who has a skin type oily combination, she would still consider herself blemish prone as well. This type of texture and formula is sometimes hard to come by. So.
Right. And the ceramides in there too, I think can really help if you do have blemish prone, maybe sensitivity, irritation, all of those things that can come with getting common breakouts. It's a very soothing formula just on its own, using those ceramides and the antioxidants. So super multifaceted.
Yeah, I agree.
What age would you recommend this product for?
Well, age isn't a skin type, so I wouldn't necessarily go by age. I think it really works for everybody. So it's really more about what are your primary skin goals, like what skincare concerns do you have? You know, what steps do you want to use? Like which types of products do you want to use in your routine? But this really can be used by all skin types of any age.
Someone wrote in wanting a moisturizer recommendation for dry skin, but they also have problems with pimples, clogged pores on just the cheeks. Would that work? Would this one work for it, or would you recommend another moisturizer from our line?
Well, I definitely think that they could try. They could try this because it is surprisingly hydrating.
Yeah.
While at the same time being so light, and I think probably about zero in terms of, you know, risk of exacerbating or causing breakouts. So I think this is an option. If somebody truly has dry skin though, again, there's kind of a difference between dehydrated skin, which is lacking water, moisture, and then dry skin, which is lacking oils. And I know that can sound a little scary if you have breakouts. So I think this is a consideration. If they have truly dry skin, I'm just not sure if it would be hydrating enough. They might feel like they have to reapply it.
Yeah. Or they could apply this and then put a, you know, maybe our oil booster on top, or kind of play around, or maybe alternate days, right? If you don't want to use the really heavy or occlusive moisturizer every night, if you truly are dry, you can alternate days.
And I'd be curious if this person had tried the clear moisturizer as well, because that's really a great option, and so that might be a good first step as well. But
So you wouldn't call this moisturizer occlusive?
no.
Not at all. Definitely not.
Firm no.
We can take a general question. Leanne Evans says, I know the importance of using SPF on a daily basis. However, it causes my makeup to settle into my fine lines around the mouth and eyes. Can you offer some recommendations?
So my first recommendation is not even sunscreen related, is are you exfoliating? Oftentimes, if you're not getting that gentle, consistent daily exfoliation using a salicylic acid like our Leave-On BHA or AHA, that can increase the likelihood of makeup settling around fine lines and wrinkles or enlarged pores, things like that.
I still call it the missing step in a lot of people's routines, absolutely.
So first off, if you're exfoliating though every day, maybe with our 2% BHA liquid or our 8% AHA lotion or gel, it would really, it just takes a lot of trial and error. I say that the Super Light SPF 30 in the Resist line is a great primer because it does have some soft mattifiers, it does blur skin a little bit, it does create this soft silky canvas to apply makeup on top of and can prevent it from settling. But you could also try our primer serum with SPF 30.
I really love that. And for me, you know, again, with kind of oily combination skin, even though it has that slick texture, I do love how my makeup applies over that product.
And this would actually go really well underneath the primer serum if you just want this as your moisturizer and then you still need the sunscreen on top and want something that's going to prevent the makeup from settling in. Try the primer serum paired with the electrolyte moisturizer.
If someone wants to avoid a shiny T-zone area, what moisturizer would you recommend?
Avoid a shiny T-zone area.
With sunscreen, I would say Skin Balancing or Super Light SPF 30 from Defense, because both do have soft mattifying ingredients.
Yeah. For nighttime moisturizer, I mean.
But for nighttime.
Yeah, I would probably, I mean, we have the Defense moisturizer, which is a great option as well. The clear moisturizer, this moisturizer.
Well, and sometimes too, when you have that excess oil, especially in a certain area, that could be a signal that your skin is really dehydrated. So using a hydrating moisturizer like this one, or the clear moisturizer, or even the Defense Nightly Reconditioning Moisturizer, you might see a little bit of hydration shine at first, but I think long term...
It dissipates, yeah, that tends to go away. And that is a good point, because one of the signs of dehydration is like you can still have that oil production. In some cases, more, depending on what you're using.
Absolutely.
You can kind of trigger that.
Another general question. What do you guys recommend for pigmentation on the skin that's unwanted?
It depends on what type of pigmentation you're talking about. I think a lot of people are probably talking about sun damage, you know, discoloration that can appear as kind of brown patches on the skin. I know I struggled with those myself. There's a variety, you know, if you go on our website, we have, and you can look for brightening products. Vitamin C is kind of a gold standard. We have a C15 Super Booster. We have a C25 Super Booster as well.
Yeah, if you just want to target spot areas as opposed to treating all over.
Yeah, so there's a range of products that you can use, but I think C15 is kind of one of those products that's going to work for everybody. You have to remember that sunscreen is really critical when it comes to discoloration. So you can use these brightening products or products that will help lighten those discolorations, but if you're not using sun protection, then it kind of defeats the purpose.
Throw it in the garbage.
And exfoliation too can make a huge difference.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
And we have a few new people to the chat, and they're wondering what that product is on the table.
Oh, the Water-Infusing Electrolyte Moisturiser, which is a new standalone moisturizer that launches tomorrow.
Anything else you guys want to share about the moisturizer?
It's $35. It is
Vegan?
1.7 fluid ounces. Again, great for all skin types, a great starter moisturizer, great for anybody who's still struggling with dehydration and they're already using a hydrating serum or a hydrating moisturizer that maybe they want to tweak a little bit.
It has the potassium, magnesium, calcium, has some apple and other superfruits in there as well. It has like 3 different ceramides. So just kind of, as with all Paula's Choice products, it really has a great host of skin beneficial ingredients.
And I think of this product really as instant hydration, and it also helps to promote your skin's own longer lasting hydration, its ability to produce its own hydrating factors, and really locking all of that in.
What is the difference, another general question, what is the difference between the 5% AHA and the 8% AHA?
Well, obviously the percentage, but they are, so the 5% AHA actually is interesting because I think of that as an exfoliant, almost. It has a serum texture and a moisturizer all rolled up in one. So it's kind of doing a multitude of things. The 8% we have in a lotion and a gel form. So it really depends on what someone is looking for. I mean, they're both going to exfoliate. 5% is a small amount of glycolic acid, and I think that's a great kind of introductory product to somebody who's new to exfoliation, but they're getting the bells and whistles of kind of the anti-aging components as well.
Yeah, I would just say too, it's one of those things where there isn't a ton of difference between the actual formulation, the supplementary ingredients that you're getting from it. The main difference is that difference in percentage, and a lot of people like to start small and work up from there. So if you're wondering which one to get, I'd say start with the 5%, see how your skin likes it, and then you can gradually increase to 8%.
Yeah.
Beauty Buzzing is wondering if we're ever going to create a ceramide booster. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, interesting.
Well, we have our supplement.
Yeah,
which does
that's
have
true.
ceramides, and it is part of the Boost line. That is our, our ceramide supplement with
Yep.
hyaluronic acid, berries, antioxidants. But on its own, I think that's really interesting.
We might have to.
I'd
Might have
wonder.
to ping
Yeah.
product development.
I'd wonder how that would work, but that would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Interesting.
personally wondering what the next booster in the line will be.
Oh. Look.
I know, we're running out of colors.
I know,
We've already
right?
got the whole rainbow.
The whole rainbow.
Another general question. Danielle de Guzman is wondering, would you recommend applying the BHA exfoliating liquid after or before applying an essence with niacinamide? Also, should products be applied from lowest pH to highest pH?
Well, I would say in terms of the exfoliant itself, kind of the general rule of thumb is cleanse, tone, if you use a toner, and then exfoliate. And then you would follow up with any other products kind of after that.
Right.
I think using that exfoliant early on in the routine really kind of almost offers a better pathway for those other great ingredients that follow. So
Yeah. I go either way though, right? Like with an essence, it can be that really kind of softening, replenishing step like a toner. So if you don't have a toner, I would say use the essence before your BHA. But if you already have a toner and then you're going in with your exfoliant, go ahead and use that essence after and finish with any of the heavier serums or moisturizers that you use.
yeah, and I would say that skin just loves these ingredients, so you kind of can't get it too wrong.
But what about pH?
pH. Well, I think that, we say that you can really layer products, right? I think that there's probably a very small number of products where, you should use them kind of separately. But generally speaking, there isn't like a waiting time, so you can really apply them one after the other.
Yeah, and I think it does work out a little bit typically, and it could be wrong, but if you're going with your exfoliant that does have a lower pH, I think the products that you're using after tend to have higher pHs anyway.
So it kind of
So,
naturally works out.
Yeah, you naturally kind of work up to it, but that's not a hard and fast rule as far as how we kind of formulate and how we layer our products.
Right.
All right, and I think we're ready to wrap up, but before we do have some more latecomers to the live, and you could just mention that new product again.
We've
before
got
we
our
wrap up.
new Water-Infusing Electrolyte Moisturiser. It launches tomorrow, October 1st. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
And it's $35. It's 1.7 fluid ounces. Great for dehydration.
And as usual, customer care is available. So if you
Yeah.
have questions, there'll be great information on the website. But if you have questions or want to figure out how it fits into your routine, make sure that you reach out to them. Call, chat, email. They're ready and available to help.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we hope you guys love the new product, and we will see you next week.
See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.